When the bitter cold sets in, most of us retreat to modern heating systems and insulated homes, never realizing that true warmth comes from ancient wisdom long lost in the rush for convenience. Hidden in the quiet corners of Amish communities are survival techniques that have stood the test of time, lessons older than electricity, better than any modern thermostat. These elders knew the secrets to surviving the harshest winters, and the techniques they used are now more relevant than ever. In this video, we uncover the forgotten cold weather survival skills of Amish elders' wisdom that could change how you prepare for winter. Subscribe now and step into a world where simplicity meets innovation, where the cold becomes not a challenge but a lesson. Let's discover how you can harness this age-old knowledge to stay warm, naturally. Subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a frontier secret that could save your life. For generations, the Amish have lived in close-knit communities, rooted in traditions that are largely untouched by modern society. While much of the world has evolved into a fast-paced, technology-driven existence, the Amish still rely on methods honed over centuries, especially when it comes to surviving the cold. This wisdom, passed down from elders to younger generations, is far more than just a lifestyle. It is an intimate understanding of nature's harshest elements and how to live harmoniously with them. In the early days of their communities, survival was a daily struggle. The harsh winters of Pennsylvania, Ohio, and other Amish-settled regions were a force to be reckoned with. Unlike today's insulated homes and heated gadgets, the Amish understood that true warmth comes from the earth itself. What they've learned is not just practical, it is a mindset. The first lesson that Amish elders understood about cold is the importance of thermal mass. Homes are built with thick stone or brick walls, materials that store heat during the day and release it during the night, keeping the cold at bay. But the real secret isn't just the building materials, it's the positioning of the home itself. Amish elders would select locations for their homes with a deep understanding of the land's natural features. They would build their homes with specific considerations in mind: the orientation of the house to maximize sunlight exposure, the strategic placement of windows, and the positioning of doors to prevent heat loss. Perhaps most importantly, Amish communities rely on the wisdom of insulation, not just the materials, but the way they insulate themselves and their homes. Thick quilts, layered clothing, and the use of natural fibers like wool help keep warmth inside the body and house. Even more telling is the way Amish homes are designed to be airtight, minimizing heat loss through gaps in windows and doors. But perhaps the most forgotten, yet most effective technique Amish elders use is their mindset about simplicity and efficiency. For them, surviving the cold is as much about mental endurance as it is about physical preparation. The Amish do not rush. They prepare their homes and bodies slowly and thoughtfully for winter, taking their time to make sure every detail is right, rather than relying on hasty or artificial solutions. When you walk into an Amish home, especially during the coldest months of the year, there's a deep sense of warmth and comfort that doesn't come from a thermostat or electric heater. It comes from years of experience and careful planning principles that we have forgotten in our modern world of instant gratification. In the Amish community, heating a home during winter isn't just about turning up the heat. It's about using the elements and the environment to create warmth in a sustainable, efficient manner. Amish homes typically rely on wood-burning stoves, a method that has been used for centuries. These stoves are more than just heating devices. They are the centerpieces of the Amish approach to winter survival. Wood is collected, chopped, and stored in advance, ensuring a consistent source of heat throughout the season. The process of burning wood, rather than relying on gas or electric heating, connects the Amish people to nature in a way that fosters independence and self-reliance. The stoves are carefully placed in the center of the home, where the heat can circulate evenly, ensuring that no room goes without warmth. The thick stone and brick walls act as perfect buffers against the outside chill, helping to maintain the internal temperature even once the fire has died down. This constant exchange between the fire and the walls of the house ensures that warmth is stored and gradually released, much like a natural heat pump. But it's not just about wood stoves. Amish elders also rely heavily on natural draft systems, hearths, that are designed to efficiently draw air and circulate it, heating the home without the need for electric fans or artificial systems. Many Amish homes also include a heat exchange system that draws warm air from the stove area and circulates it to the colder parts of the house, ensuring that no one is left out in the cold. A key lesson here is the principle of maintaining a constant, efficient heat source without over-reliance on modern technology. Amish elders take the time to carefully maintain and inspect their stoves and their homes before winter hits, ensuring they are prepared for the worst. While modern heating systems may provide convenience, they often fail when the power goes out, leaving many people unprepared for long-term survival in the cold. It's not just about how you heat your home, it's about how you use the materials available to you. The Amish understand that heat loss is inevitable, but they also understand how to mitigate that loss with thoughtful strategies. Double-glazed windows, strategically placed insulation, and simple draft-proofing techniques all work in concert to create an efficient, self-sustaining heating system that modern society has largely forgotten. This approach to cold weather living isn't just about comfort, it's about survival. By focusing on self-sufficiency, sustainability, and the knowledge that has been passed down through generations, the Amish have mastered the art of heating a home in ways that can stand the test of time and the harshest winters. When the cold settles in, most people rely on modern synthetic fabrics designed to trap heat and wick moisture. However, Amish elders, who live without the conveniences of contemporary technology, have honed their own approach to winter clothing that's as functional as it is time-tested. Their secret? Natural fibers, careful layering, and simplicity. The first and most important principle Amish elders follow when dressing for winter is using natural, breathable materials such as wool, cotton, and linen. Unlike synthetic fabrics, which are often designed to be lightweight and disposable, these natural fibers provide real warmth while still allowing the skin to breathe. Wool, in particular, is revered in Amish communities for its insulating properties. It traps heat close to the body while allowing moisture to escape, ensuring that those who wear it stay warm and dry even during the wettest snowstorms. Amish clothing is typically handmade by the family, often from fabric woven by hand or purchased from local fabric stores, further reinforcing the community's ethos of self-sufficiency. The garments are simple in design but exceptionally effective. For example, woolen socks, thick and long, are layered underneath heavy boots, often made of leather or durable canvas. The wool not only provides insulation but also wicks away sweat, keeping the feet warm and dry even when walking through snowdrifts for hours. Layering is another key element of Amish winter clothing. Amish elders teach younger generations that the key to warmth lies in the combination of several layers of clothing rather than relying on one heavy coat or jacket. For instance, they often wear a lightweight linen or cotton shirt under a woolen sweater and then top it off with a thick woolen coat or jacket. This multi-layering approach helps trap warmth between each layer, ensuring that the cold doesn't seep in through a single weak spot. Headwear is also vital in Amish cold weather gear. A traditional Amish straw hat, usually worn in the warmer months, is replaced by a woolen hat or bonnet in winter. These hats are worn snugly over the ears, keeping warmth close to the body while allowing full mobility. Some Amish women even crochet their own hats, making them extra cozy and perfectly fitted to the cold conditions. In addition to wool and cotton, Amish elders also use quilted fabric and heavy linen to construct thick outer garments, such as coats and cloaks. These garments are often double-lined, and their construction is meticulous, focusing on creating a snug fit that prevents the cold from seeping in. The beauty of this approach lies in its simplicity: no zippers, no buttons, and no modern fabrics, just well-made, functional pieces that serve their purpose to keep the wearer warm for hours at a time. In many ways, the Amish approach to winter clothing embodies a return to the basics. They understand that warmth is about more than just layering clothes. It's about layering with purpose, utilizing natural materials that perform best in cold, and understanding the body's needs. It's a subtle yet powerful way of staying warm in the coldest of winters without relying on modern synthetics, offering a sustainable solution that's practical, effective, and rooted in the wisdom of the elders. While self-sufficiency is a hallmark of Amish life, when it comes to surviving the cold, community cooperation plays an equally vital role. Amish elders have always understood that survival in harsh winters is not just about individual preparation, but about the strength of the community as a whole. Together, they face the winter elements in ways that demonstrate the power of collective effort and shared responsibility. In Amish communities, the winter months are often the time for neighbors to band together, sharing resources, knowledge, and labor. It's not uncommon for an elder to ask their neighbors for help when preparing their home for the long, cold months. Whether it's stacking firewood, fortifying a cabin structure, or digging out from a heavy snowstorm, the Amish know that survival in the cold is a team effort. And while this kind of cooperation is essential for keeping everyone safe, it's also deeply rooted in the belief that helping others strengthens the whole community. The Amish practice what they call barn raisings, a community tradition where all able-bodied men gather to help build or repair barns. These events are planned in advance, and the work is done collectively. The same approach is applied in winter, where Amish men and women form ad hoc groups to help one another with winterizing their homes. The work might involve creating extra insulation in the attic, reinforcing doors and windows, or repairing leaks in the roof. No one is expected to work alone in the harsh winter months, and the tradition of mutual assistance is as ingrained in their culture as the warmth of their hearths. For the Amish, cooperation is especially crucial when the first blizzards hit. Snow can often pile up quickly, and with roads becoming impassable, families must rely on each other for supplies and help. If one family runs low on firewood, it's not unusual for neighbors to offer some of their own to ensure that the house remains warm. In some Amish communities, families will share food stores, especially when one household has more than enough of certain supplies, potatoes, grain, or preserves, while another might be running short. Equally important is the way the Amish elders approach their young when it comes to winter. Elders impart the wisdom of their experience, teaching their children how to build the best fires, how to properly layer clothing, and how to take care of livestock during freezing temperatures. But more than that, they teach them the values of cooperation and community skills that ensure no one ever has to face the cold alone. They understand that the survival of the individual is tied to the survival of the community, and they instill this concept into every child, passing it down as a living tradition. One notable practice that strengthens community bonds during the winter is the sharing of quilts. Amish women create quilts for one another to provide warmth during the long winter months. This exchange is more than just about providing a practical gift. It's a deep expression of care, solidarity, and the interconnectedness of their lives. A quilt given to a neighbor in the winter represents the promise of warmth not just from the fabric, but from the community that made it. In this way, Amish communities face the cold not as isolated individuals, but as part of a collective force, working together to endure the harshest winters. Cooperation becomes their most valuable resource, ensuring that no matter how cold it gets, the warmth of community is always enough to sustain them through the toughest of times. When it comes to surviving the cold, the Amish have mastered the art of simple, effective heat. Unlike modern heating systems that rely on electricity or gas, Amish homes are warmed by the age-old method of wood-burning stoves. These stoves, while humble in appearance, hold the key to the Amish approach to warmth, rooted in a deep understanding of energy efficiency, heat distribution, and the power of self-sufficiency. The Amish have been using wood-burning stoves for centuries, and their design is as much an art as it is a science. These stoves are typically constructed from cast iron or steel, materials that retain heat long after the fire has died down. The Amish understand that heating a home is not just about having a constant fire, it's about controlling and maximizing the heat produced by that fire to maintain a comfortable and consistent temperature. What sets Amish stoves apart from modern alternatives is their ability to distribute heat efficiently throughout the home. These stoves are often centrally located, creating a warm zone that naturally spreads warmth to adjacent rooms. The Amish use a heat circulation strategy. Warm air rises from the stove and is channeled through the house by means of clever design features, such as vented doors and air gaps beneath the floor. This air circulation ensures that no part of the home stays too cold, even during the harshest winters. The stove itself becomes the heart of the Amish home. It serves not only as a source of heat but also as the centerpiece of the Amish approach to cooking. Many Amish stoves are designed to allow food to be prepared on top, a practical feature that reduces the need for multiple heat sources. A pot of soup can be simmering on the stove while the heat from the fire radiates throughout the home, creating both warmth and sustenance. Wood is gathered throughout the year, but the method of collecting it is equally important. Amish families often chop their firewood by hand, selecting the best types of wood oak, hickory, and maple for long-lasting, steady heat. They store the wood in a dry, accessible location, ensuring it's ready when the cold months arrive. But more than just gathering wood, Amish elders also emphasize the importance of preparing the wood properly. They split the logs into manageable pieces and ensure that they are seasoned, allowing the wood to dry out before being used for the fire. This method ensures that the wood burns efficiently and creates more heat while producing less smoke. In Amish homes, the firewood and stove are also part of a larger, self-sufficient lifestyle. Unlike the dependence on oil, gas, or electricity in modern homes, Amish stoves are fueled by renewable resources that they harvest from their own land. By relying on their own wood supply, the Amish maintain a sense of independence and sustainability, cutting out the middleman and ensuring that they can always produce their own heat. The beauty of Amish stove design lies in its simplicity. There's no complex technology involved, just a thorough understanding of how to use available resources effectively. Amish elders pass down this knowledge to younger generations, teaching them the importance of efficient stove use, regular maintenance, and the art of wood burning. In a world where modern technology often complicates even the simplest tasks, the Amish prove that the best way to stay warm may just be the most basic. In addition to creating warm, insulated homes, Amish elders have mastered the art of winter food preservation, ensuring that their families are well fed throughout the harshest months. Living off the land is an essential part of Amish life, and winter presents its own unique challenges. With no grocery stores to rely on, the Amish must rely on methods that have been passed down through generations to preserve food in a way that allows them to survive when fresh produce is buried beneath layers of snow. One of the most ingenious aspects of Amish winter survival is the use of root cellars. These natural underground storage spaces are designed to keep food at a constant, cool temperature, perfect for storing vegetables, fruits, and preserves that would otherwise spoil in warmer temperatures. Amish elders know that a root cellar is more than just a cool space. It's a perfect microclimate that keeps food fresh long into the winter. The key to a successful root cellar lies in its construction. Amish elders make sure that their cellars are deep enough to maintain a constant temperature year-round, ideally between 32 degrees Fahrenheit and 40 degrees Fahrenheit. These cellars are often dug into the side of a hill or beneath the kitchen floor, with proper ventilation systems in place to prevent moisture buildup. The walls are lined with stone or brick to maintain temperature consistency, and the floors are sloped to allow water to drain away naturally, ensuring that the food remains dry and preserved. Some Amish homes even have a layer of straw or hay placed inside the root cellar to further insulate it, keeping the temperature stable even during extreme cold. The Amish don't just rely on root cellars to store their food. They also use a variety of other techniques to preserve their harvests. Canning is another key practice. Foods like tomatoes, beans, peaches, and pickles are sealed in jars, creating airtight containers that preserve the food's freshness. Amish women are known for their skill in canning, and the process is done carefully and meticulously, ensuring that every jar is properly sealed. This technique allows them to store food for months, providing a reliable source of nutrition even when fresh produce is scarce. Fermentation is another traditional method that Amish elders use to preserve food. Sauerkraut, pickles, and other fermented vegetables are not only a part of Amish cuisine but also a way to store nutrients in a form that will last well into the winter months. The beauty of fermentation lies in its simplicity. By using salt and thyme, Amish families can turn cabbage into sauerkraut, cucumbers into pickles, and radishes into kimchi. These fermented foods are nutrient-rich, providing essential vitamins and minerals during the long winter months when fresh vegetables are limited. The Amish approach to food preservation is about more than just survival. It's about maintaining a sustainable lifestyle that keeps the community thriving throughout the winter. Each family is responsible for its own preservation efforts, but they also share their bounty with neighbors, trading jars of preserves, cured meats, and homegrown vegetables. This sense of mutual support and cooperation is deeply rooted in the Amish way of life, ensuring that no one is left without enough to eat when winter's grip tightens. Amish ingenuity, honed over generations, has proven that the simplest methods are often the most effective. By relying on methods like root cellars, canning, and fermentation, the Amish elders have created a resilient food preservation system that ensures their families are nourished and prepared for the harshest winters. As we face our own cold seasons, perhaps it's time to rediscover these timeless practices that have kept families warm and well-fed for centuries. When winter blankets the land with heavy snow, the Amish face a unique challenge: maintaining access to their homes without the luxury of modern snow removal equipment. For generations, Amish elders have perfected techniques for managing snow, ensuring that pathways remain clear and homes stay accessible, no matter how severe the winter storms. The first secret to Amish snow management lies in their homes' strategic positioning. Unlike modern suburban homes that are built on flat, exposed land, Amish homes are often set in locations that take advantage of the natural landscape. When choosing a site for their home, Amish families consider wind direction, slope, and snow accumulation patterns. By positioning their homes on slight rises or behind natural windbreaks, such as hills or trees, they reduce the amount of snow that drifts up against their homes. This foresight can make a tremendous difference when storms bring heavy snow. When snow does accumulate, the Amish rely on simple, effective tools. Rather than depending on snow plows or salt, Amish families use hand tools like shovels, snow forks, and wooden sleds to clear their pathways. But it's not just about clearing a path, it's about maintaining a system of paths that ensures access to essential areas, even when several feet of snow have fallen. One of the most clever methods Amish elders use to keep their paths clear is a system of well-placed wooden stakes. Along the perimeter of their property, Amish families plant tall wooden stakes into the ground before the snow starts to fall. These stakes serve as markers during winter storms, showing where the boundaries of the yard, garden, and paths are. In heavy snow, when visibility drops to near zero, the stakes act as beacons, guiding workers to where they need to shovel, clear, or plow. These stakes may seem like a simple tool, but they are incredibly effective in ensuring that no area of the property is lost to the snow. For larger areas, like barnyards or driveways, Amish men often use wooden sleds or carts to transport snow. These sleds are lightweight but strong, with runners that glide over deep snow without getting stuck. The Amish use sleds to move snow from areas that need to be kept clear, such as the route to the barn or the area in front of their home where livestock needs to be fed. These sleds are often drawn by horses or mules, adding an extra layer of practicality and efficiency to snow management. The Amish also practice snow sculpting, which may sound unusual but is highly effective. When snow falls, they intentionally build windbreaks by piling snow around the edges of the property. These snowbanks act as natural barriers against snowdrifts, keeping the cold winds from blowing snow into the home. The snow is packed tightly to form solid banks, which also help insulate the property and reduce heat loss. Perhaps the most important element of Amish snow management is the principle of prevention. Before winter fully sets in, Amish elders take time to prepare their homes and properties. They ensure that roofs are strong enough to withstand heavy snow accumulation, and they clear gutters and drainage areas to prevent ice dams. Amish homes also have steep roofs, designed to shed snow quickly, preventing the weight of the snow from becoming a problem. The Amish approach to snow management is a testament to their resourcefulness and connection to the land. Their reliance on simple, hands-on methods reflects a deep understanding of the natural world and an ability to work with it rather than against it. When snow comes, they are always ready. While modern homes are built to maximize heating efficiency through advanced technologies like insulation and radiant heating, the Amish have relied on something far simpler: passive solar design. Amish elders, living without modern heating systems, have used the sun's energy to their advantage for centuries, ensuring their homes stay warm during the coldest months without relying on electricity or gas. The principle of passive solar design is deceptively simple. It's all about harnessing the sun's natural warmth during the day and trapping it inside the home to retain heat throughout the night. For the Amish, this method is just as practical as it is sustainable. Without the luxury of central heating, they have learned to make the most of their environment, using it as a resource rather than something to fight against. One of the first strategies Amish elders use to capitalize on the sun is the careful placement of windows. Amish homes are typically designed with large, south-facing windows, allowing the sunlight to pour in during the day. This placement is crucial, as it ensures that the sun's heat is absorbed by the building, especially during the colder months. The south-facing windows act as solar collectors, gathering heat throughout the day and allowing it to enter the home. But it's not just about having large windows, it's about what's done with the heat once it's inside. Amish homes are often constructed with thick, high-mass materials like stone and brick, which absorb heat during the day and slowly release it throughout the evening and night. The thermal mass of these materials helps keep the interior temperature stable even after the sun has gone down. This slow-release heat keeps the home warmer for longer periods, even when the outdoor temperatures dip well below freezing. In addition to positioning windows, Amish elders also use overhangs and roof designs that control the amount of sunlight entering the home. In the winter, when the sun is low in the sky, the light can penetrate deep into the house. But during the summer, when the sun is high, the overhangs prevent the home from overheating. This careful balance ensures that the home stays warm in the winter and cool in the summer, naturally reducing the need for extra heating or cooling. The Amish are also skilled at using natural materials inside their homes to help retain heat. For example, heavy curtains made from thick wool or cotton are hung over windows at night to trap heat inside. Amish families also rely on the use of rugs, carpets, and quilts to insulate the floors and keep warmth from escaping. The focus on thick fabrics and layers helps to trap air inside the home, preventing drafts and maintaining warmth. While modern homes rely on complicated heating systems, the Amish keep things simple. They work with the land, understanding the science of solar energy and how to make their homes as energy efficient as possible without the need for electricity. Passive solar design is not a luxury. It's a survival strategy, one that keeps their homes warm in the coldest months and relies on nature's renewable resources. The beauty of Amish passive solar design lies in its elegance and efficiency. It's a system based on understanding the natural world and using it to improve quality of life. In an era dominated by technology and complexity, the Amish remind us that sometimes the best solutions are the simplest. By relying on passive solar techniques, Amish homes stand as monuments to wisdom and sustainability, built on a foundation of nature's power. In the Amish home, the fireplace is more than just a source of warmth, it is a symbol of resilience and resourcefulness. Constructed from stone or brick, Amish fireplaces are built with precision to maximize heat efficiency. These sturdy hearths burn wood steadily, providing heat during the coldest months and a place for families to gather. Unlike modern heating systems, which rely on electricity or gas, Amish fireplaces are fueled by renewable resources, wood gathered and seasoned over the year. The design of these fireplaces often includes a large chimney, directing smoke safely away from the home. The thick stone walls surrounding the hearth help retain heat, releasing it slowly into the room long after the fire has burned down. Amish families use their fireplaces not only for warmth but also for cooking, with large cast-iron pots simmering over the fire. This simple yet effective heating solution ties Amish families to their land and traditions, demonstrating their ability to make the most of what nature provides. The fireplace, as much a part of their daily lives as any tool, exemplifies the Amish commitment to sustainable living in harsh winters. The Amish have long understood that survival in the harshest winters requires more than just modern technology, it's about living in harmony with nature. Their cold-weather survival strategies are built on generations of wisdom, passed down through hands-on experiences, and adapted to the changing seasons. Amish elders teach that preparation and simplicity are key to enduring the cold. From the way they build homes to the clothing they wear, the Amish approach winter with a mindset of sustainability and efficiency. They don't rely on complex machinery or gadgets, but instead trust in time-tested methods like passive solar heating, wood-burning stoves, and careful insulation. These techniques ensure that their homes remain warm and functional, even when the world outside is buried under snow. More importantly, the Amish know that surviving the cold is a community effort. Neighbors help each other clear snow, share resources, and provide shelter. This spirit of cooperation is just as vital as the practical skills they use to stay warm. In a world where convenience often trumps resilience, the Amish way reminds us of the value of slowing down, preparing thoughtfully, and relying on the Earth's natural gifts to survive the harshest winters.